When we left for Bastogne, we were short of equipment. We didn't have enough ammunition. We didn't have enough warm clothes. But we had confidence that our higher military authorities would get to us whatever we needed.
So I want to tell a story today. I want to tell a story while I eat. This is a story you should all tell. If you're a vegan, you should tell this story because it helps people who are on the path, who haven't yet come to the point where they become abolitionists. Abolitionists for the animal holocaust. This is my vegan story. I've told it again, but it never hurts to reiterate it.
There was a ridge with a tree line. We were dug in on that ridge. Shermans knew right where we were, and they really gave us a shellacking.
I didn't go vegan until I was 21 years old. But I would have to say that that is the beginning of my vegan story. Because if you don't have awareness of something, if you don't have a word for something, you don't have awareness for it, really.
Well, like in Bastogne, we're down to one round per man there for a while. As the fog was in, they couldn't resupply us. Every time they tried to drop supplies into us, they missed us and dropped them to the Germans.
So, it wasn't until the winter, probably January or February of 2010, quite a while later from hearing the word vegan, that I decided that I didn't want to eat animals anymore.
A guy got hit in the arm with a piece of shrapnel, took his arm off above the elbow. And they were taking him out. He said, "Get my wristwatch off of my arm."
By the way, vegans are the only vegetarians. Let's be real. If you're eating cow's milk, how is that a vegetable? Get out of here. Get out of here, buddy.
And a medic came along, and I think he really saved my life because he stuck a syringe in a key position, morphine.
Rap is something you do. Hip-hop is something you live.
We came from the sky, we hit, and in any direction you went, there would be enemy. You knew it. And that was all part of what you accepted.
Beef. Thought the song was about, like, beef. Beef is when you need two cats to go to sleep. You know? Beef when your mom ain't safe in the streets. That Biggie song, Beef. You know, having beef with someone. So the very first word of the whole song is beef. And when he sets the tone, I'm thinking, that's what he's talking about. Beef. What a relief. And when will this poisonous product cease? Doesn't really sink in. I had to listen to it a lot. There are a lot of dope songs in that album, but that one by far had the greatest impact on me. Obviously, you know, I'm not like a Egyptologist or some shit. I am a vegan.
We had lost some very good men there. Toy and Garnier had lost their legs there. Gordon was badly hit. A number of other people were killed. It was a difficult situation.
I must note here that I was smoking a lot of cannabis at this time, and when I read this crazy book by Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I didn't do what you're supposed to do when you read, which is absorb stuff and throw stuff away. I just absorbed it all. He says eat one meal a day, and among a lot of other crazy shit, like you can live to be 1,000 years old and shit. He also says you shouldn't eat meat, except for fish. Oh my god. Yeah, he does that. He pretends that fish isn't meat. Just a lot of crazy shit that he says.
The exact amount of men that got killed in that, but 6, 7 of them were real close friends of mine.
Crawled in the sand, and when I got up there, my friend and sergeant, whose picture's on the wall up here, he wasn't dead, and he raised up on his elbows and said, "Help me." He evidently seen me, and he said, "Help me, help me." About that time, a sniper hit him in the head, and his face just dropped down the sand. And I just buried my face in the sand and waited for mine, because I knew he seen me too. This was a sniper. This wasn't a machine gun. This was a sniper who was there taking care of the ones the machine gun missed. And when they, I was just buried in it, just covered my head, knowing I was going to get it next. And that's when I realized I didn't know the 23rd Psalm. But I learned it right quick.
Hi, I was just going to ask you guys a question. Do you guys have any animal products in your sauce? Eggs, milk, cheese, animal products? Do you have any cheese or eggs or any animal products in your sauce? Yeah, the tomato sauce.
I've seen death. I've seen my friends, my men being killed. And it doesn't take too many days of that, and you change dramatically.
We was hungry, we had no food, we didn't have much ammunition, it was cold, we didn't have any clothes, you couldn't build a fire. If you build a fire, some crazy thing would shoot at you.
Everywhere you would look, you would see dead people, you know, a dead soldier there, here, ours, theirs. Then civilians besides, dead animals. So death was all over.
You don't have a chance when your friends go down, you know, to really take care of them as you might, and especially if you're in an attack, moving or whatever. And I withstood it well, but I had a lot of trouble in later life because those events would come back, and you never forget them.
Only in a fucking America, bro. Tell me, please, who the fuck puts cheese in sauce? Good on my mom, I guess, for trying to, like, do her best. She ordered this pizza, and she's like, "I got your pizza, no cheese on it, and no egg in the dough." Honestly, man, fuck, man. I'm surprised by that shit. Please tell me, do you know a single fucking place that makes pizza with cheese in the sauce? This is my first time ever fucking... I saw these flecks in there and I just couldn't believe it, man. Like, there's no way that's cheese, right? Like, what else could it be? And I thought maybe they're little, like, tomato seeds or some shit. And I squeezed it. And it was like, when you pop, like, a fucking pimple and you squeeze the pimple stuff, that's what it was like. One of those kind of hard pimples. Like, that's like, I don't know, the bottom of a blackhead or something. Or like a hard pimple. And it's just gross. Dude, I can't even believe it still. In the sauce. What the actual fuck, dude? Fuck that.
You're crawling across the beach that's basically flat. You've got people shooting at you from every direction. How did you make it to the wall? How were you the one?
Just crawling from one dead body to another, a log, anything, you know, that I could get any protection from. And when I finally got to the wall, I found a buddy of mine named Mac Smith from West Virginia, and he'd been hit in the face. And it looked like his eye was partly hanging out. And I've got a lot of pictures of that. Somebody took a picture of it. He was standing up, and I slapped a bandage on his eye. And we started pulling dead out of the water because a lot of men were killed in the water, and boats sank and they drowned. We pulled a lot of men out of the water. Once in a while we'd find a live one. And the men on that right who continued to, see, some of our men got by pretty good. And they worked their way up the cliffs and got in behind those bunkers. And the Germans either got killed or they run. They didn't want to be captured. So the fighting was fierce all day long. But no, the officers were practically all dead.